Gotta come up from water. What's up, guys? I'm back from last week because this week is a new week, and we always want to have a new week and not an old week because watching old weeks is not fun because you already know what happened the other week. That was weak. Anyway, this is what I have to say today. I just kind of want to recap on what happened last week. Yes, last week. Anyway, what happened was, how are you doing? I always talk about myself. How are you doing? You doing good? That's good, yeah. Nod your head. There you go. Yep, you're doing just fine. Perfect. I'm doing good, too. I'm not dead. I mean, that's like a good thing, right? Anyway. You know what happened today? Mom said my face looked... what was the word she used? Pudgy. She said I looked pudgy. You know, that's not a good sign. So, yeah, I've been trying to lean out last week, getting rid of stuffing my face. I stuffed my face for like 3 months, and I put on like 25 pounds. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but I stopped it last week. Stopped on Monday. Apparently, it's gonna take some time because, man, when my own mother saying my face looks pudgy, got a long way to go. Oh man, that was kind of discouraging. I got all depressed after that. Like, dang, my face is pudgy. But you know what? Hey, I can sit there and just mope about it, or I can do something about it. So this week I'm gonna hit it hard. I'm gonna hit the gym hard. I'm gonna hit my diet. No junk. I didn't do too good this weekend. I'm not gonna tell you what I ate. No, I'm not gonna tell you what I ate. Too much is what I ate. I'll get it better next week. But anyway, so other than the fact of me being fat, I'm not fat. I'm not really that fat. I'm just I'm not as lean as I used to be. But I'm gonna get there. All that aside, Monday, my first day back on the job. Everything's going good. Everything looks great. I'm in the office with Eric. We're hammering out some scheduling details, and the phone rings. Eric was having a really bad day. His girlfriend dumped him on New Year's Day. So he was like, if I start crying, just you know why. And I felt so bad for the guy, but the phone rang, and I was like, you know what, I'll answer it for you. So I answered the phone, and this voice, I didn't recognize it at first, asking for one of our other coaches that I just hired, Randy. And I said, well, Randy's not here right now. Can I help you? And the person on the phone kept insisting on when Randy was going to be back in. And I said, well, about 4:30 you should be back. So then the voice said, is this Nate? And I said, yes, who is this? And it still didn't answer. And that kind of went on for, it seemed like a long time, but probably was only maybe 15 seconds. And then he was like, this is Phil. And at that moment, as soon as he said, this is Phil, my heart just dropped. I was like, oh no. So, being non-confrontational person that I am, I was like, hey Phil, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, that didn't go over too well with him. He immediately started becoming belligerent with me. He started cursing me out. He had some pretty bad, nasty things to say to me. At this point, I knew the guy. I'm not going to argue with him over the phone. That doesn't lead to anything. So I just kind of let him ramble on as I just listened to him. And then, at that point, he made a death threat to me. Okay. He used a lot of profanity. Basically, he was like, I'm gonna find you mother effers, and when I do, I'm gonna break your mother effing necks. I was like, whoa. At that point, I was like, okay, I heard enough. I actually handed the phone back to Eric for him to hang it up, but Eric didn't hang it up. He actually put it up to his ear. I was like, okay, whatever. And so Eric's on the phone. He's like, yeah, okay, yep, all right, yeah, I'll tell him. And then he hangs up. So then basically Eric's like, yeah, Phil told me to tell you, he's going to come find you guys at 4:30, and he's gonna come snap your mother effing neck. I was like, wow. Okay. I don't know where the guy's living. He was living in the apartment complex right next to the facility, and that's kind of scary, but I don't think he's living there anymore. But at that point, I was like, okay, maybe this phone call was recorded. So I called the business office, see if they recorded it. They didn't. I guess word got around real quick. Stephanie, my boss, called, asked me about it, and she's like, well, you need to call Larry, the owner, and talk to him. So I called Larry, talked to him about it. He said that Phil's been texting him some not so nice messages. Man, it was just crazy. I mean, Phil was texting Eric bad things. He was texting Randy threats, legal threats. He was texting Larry stuff. I already sent Miguel death threat 2 months ago. So I had to spend my Monday dealing with those shenanigans. Tuesday, we finally brought in the sheriff. And the sheriff just called him, told him to knock it off. We didn't file anything, but I do have all his messages in his, and I filed an incident report, me and Eric. So that's all on file now. But, if he still keeps doing that, we're going to have to take out a restraining order and press charges. That's crazy. I mean, the first week I was with this guy that I ever met him, I would have never thought that he was like that. I mean, the guy is absolutely, wow, unstable. Unstable is the word. He will turn on you. He will go off of you. He'll be completely normal and then just 1 second he'll just be like, pop! And he just turns into a different person. He just turns it on and off. It's not normal. But, I ain't afraid of him. He's a little short guy. But still, man. I've never had somebody give me a death threat before. Even in high school, I know I've been threatened to be beaten up, but never killed. So, if I do wind up in a dumpster, you know where to look. You know who to go after. Okay, all kidding aside, that's water under the bridge now. Hopefully, I don't have to deal with that anymore. Okay. Other thing was that this kind of sad news. My boss Stephanie, she's resigning. On Monday, she was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna step down from my position as fitness director to spend time with my kids." So, I mean, that's kind of sad because, she's an awesome boss, and I really get along with her, and she helped me out a lot. So, that's gonna be sad, her leaving that position. But that's life, man. It's funny when you're in school, when you're growing up, you're with the same people for like 12 years, sometimes 13 years. You're just with those same people, and nothing really changes. The only thing that changes is your schedule and some of the teachers. But once you get out of high school, it's like constantly changing. You might meet a person, a coworker or somebody, and you'll become good friends with them, and then in the blink of an eye, they're gone. I've already gone through about 4 sets of coaches here at Parisi, and I've become great friends with each set, and they come and go, you know. So this is like the 4th set now. This is an older group. The last group was the youngest group. You know, I think we were all like in our 20s. This group's more 40s, mid 30s, 40s, 50s for coaches. The original group was like in their 20s, or no, in the 30s. The original 2 groups were like 30s. But it's a good group, and I've been training them. That's what I've been doing this week. I've been doing team training. I've had to step into that role because I'm really the only one that really knows the system. So I'm having to come up with these lesson plans, and I actually have to train these guys how to conduct the classes and the procedures and protocols of the business. And that's been really interesting. And I've kind of taken that upon myself. I haven't been instructed to do that by anybody, but I know if I don't do it, nobody else will do it, and the program is going to fall flat on its face. So I took the initiative with that, just to make sure that the ball keeps rolling. I want everything to be smooth because I want the program to succeed. You know, I don't want to see it fall flat on its face. I've invested a lot into this program. I've invested a lot into these kids, so I want the best for them. I want the best coaching for them. What else? My trip to Minnesota. That video will be coming probably in the next probably 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe next week, depending. I'm not sure yet. But I have so many projects on my plate right now, like freelance, not even CrossGates related. And that's going to be eating up my weekends because it's the only time I had to work on them. So the trip to Minnesota video, that's going to take me a good 3 or 4 hours to edit and put together. So I want to have a nice Sunday to put that together, for everybody. But I'm thinking if I don't get to it next week, it'll probably be a month before I release it. But hey, that's just it lets the what's the word, suspense build up, and you getting all ready for it, and it'll be something that you look forward to for a long time. I've looked at the footage. It's got some pretty good stuff on there. It's not. I don't think it's as good as last year's. Well, let me take that back. It's different than from last year's. It's different, but it came out good though. It's a lot. There's a lot more of it, but last year had more variety. I think this one didn't have as much variety. One thing I did regret was that I didn't get a chance to go tubing because I injured my knee. In fact, my knee, it's still got a giant lump on it right now, and I'm really thinking I did fracture it, but I'm not gonna go to the doctor so he can tell me it's fractured, and you can't put this in a cast. All through the week though, I've been running sprints on it. It feels just fine because it's not at the joint, it's actually the leg. I fell on the upper part of my leg, upper part of my shin, and it's got a big old bump on it. Hurts to push it, hurts when I kneel, but other than that, it's fine. But that's kind of how everything's going right now. I did want to, have this video put out today. Hopefully, my fatness didn't take up the entire screen. I look at myself in the monitor right here, and I guess I seem more full. I'm more gaunt usually when I'm at my correct weight, but I don't really look too pudgy. Do I? Do I look pudgy? Please tell me I don't look pudgy. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna change it anyway. So 2 months. 2 months. March-ish, sometime in March, I'm going to put those pictures out. I'm going to put my befores, and then I'll have my afters, and you'll see what I was talking about. So that's another thing that y'all can look forward to. I'm not even going to look at those pictures for like 2 months because they were just really disturbing to me. I mean, I think I think a normal person, if you looked at it, they'd be like, "What's the big deal?" But to me, I know where I've been before, what I'm capable of getting myself to. So that's the discouraging part. But that's what happens. That's life. You eat, and that's the thing. And this is one thing I've learned: either your body's storing fat or your body's losing fat. There's no equilibrium. There's no point in which your body isn't doing either or. So the last few months, I've been storing fat more than I've been burning. So these next 2 months, I got to burn more fat than I've been storing. So there's a little tidbit for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and peace out now. Until next week, hopefully I'll get that. I'll be able to work on that video next week. But if not, I'll just film another short little video here, kind of updating you on what's going on. Hopefully I'm not murdered and my body's chopped up and thrown into the, so. I know that's probably not something I should joke about, but if you can't make fun of things that are really serious, then, you'll drive yourself insane. All right, so, guys, take care. Stay healthy, do the right thing, keep a smile on, don't let life get you down, and I'm always here for you guys. So I'll see you a little later. Peace out.